Every young baboon learns the same lesson before anything else. Stay with the troop. On the African savanna, being alone is one of the fastest ways to become prey. As the first light reaches the granite cliffs of East Africa, a troop of nearly 40 olive baboons begins another day. Adult males watch from the highest rocks, while experienced females gather the youngsters before leading them toward the feeding grounds. Among them is a curious young baboon named Kito. Like most youngsters, Kito sees the world as an endless adventure. Every insect deserves a closer look. Every colorful bird is exciting. Every unfamiliar sound feels harmless. But the African wilderness rarely forgives curiosity. As the troop spreads beneath scattered acacia trees, the adults search for roots, seeds, and insects hidden beneath the dry soil. The younger baboons imitate everything they see, learning the skills they will need to survive as adults. Then something catches Kito's attention. A bright yellow butterfly drifts across the rocks. He follows it without hesitation. The butterfly lands, then flies again. Kito follows once more. One turn becomes another. The granite boulders grow taller, the trees become thinner, and the voices of the troop slowly fade behind him. When the butterfly finally disappears into the wind, Kito climbs onto a nearby rock, expecting to see his family just beyond the next ridge. Instead, the landscape is silent. The troop is gone. For the first time in his life, Kito is completely alone.
Help!
A young baboon without its family faces dangers from every direction. Eagles patrol the sky. Hyenas search the plains. And among the granite rocks lives one of Africa's most successful ambush hunters, the leopard. Hidden beneath tall grass, the predator has already noticed the young baboon. Unlike lions, leopards rarely chase for long distances. They rely on patience, remaining almost invisible until the perfect moment arrives. Kito continues searching for fresh footprints, completely unaware that every step brings him closer to danger. Then, something changes. The birds suddenly fall silent. Kito stops walking. His ears twitch. For a brief second, the savanna seems to hold its breath. The grass explodes. An adult leopard bursts from cover, ending minutes of patience in a single lightning-fast attack. Kito has only one chance. Run. Kito reacts without thinking. He races toward the nearest granite cliff while the leopard closes the distance with astonishing speed. For predators like this, every hunt depends on a single burst of power. If the first attack fails, success becomes far less likely. Just as the leopard lunges, Kito reaches the rocks. His small hands grip narrow cracks in the granite, pulling him upward only moments before the predator's claws strike the stone below. The leopard searches for another path, circling the cliff with remarkable patience. But these ancient rocks have protected baboon families for countless generations. After several unsuccessful attempts, the predator finally walks away. Kito has survived, but he is still lost. The afternoon sun sinks lower as he continues searching across unfamiliar ground. Every trail disappears among the rocks, and every passing minute makes finding his family more difficult. Then another threat appears. 3 spotted hyenas. Unlike the leopard, hyenas depend less on surprise and more on persistence. They investigate carefully, spread across the landscape, and wait for mistakes. One hyena notices Kito almost immediately. The young baboon turns and runs again. Instead of chasing in a straight line, the predators spread apart, trying to block his escape. Ahead, another granite outcrop rises above the grassland. Once more, Kito climbs. Below him, the hyenas search every slope and every narrow path leading upward. They wait, circle, and search again. But the rocks refuse to give them an advantage. As daylight begins to fade, the predators finally abandon the hunt. For the second time in a single day, Kito has escaped death. Now only one challenge remains: finding home. The evening breeze carries scents across the valley, but this time it also carries something else. A familiar voice. Kito freezes. He answers with a loud contact call.
Keep moving,
For a
little one.
moment,
They're
there is
still
only
watching.
silence.
Grrrah.
Then,
Just
another
a
call
little
echoes
further.
back. Closer, clearer.
Woof, woof.
On the far side of the valley, Kito's mother immediately recognizes the voice she has been searching for all day. Without hesitation, she breaks away from the troop and runs toward the sound. Across the rocky landscape, mother and son move closer with every passing second. Finally, they see one another. Kito rushes forward and throws himself into the safety of his mother's embrace. Only then does the fear of the day begin to disappear. As darkness settles across the African savanna, the troop returns to its sleeping cliffs high above the plains. Safe once again among his family, Kito has learned a lesson that every young baboon must eventually understand. Curiosity is part of growing up. It teaches young animals how to explore, how to solve problems, and how to understand the world around them. But in the wild, curiosity without caution can become a dangerous mistake. On the African savanna, survival is rarely about being the strongest. More often, it belongs to those who know when to stay close to the ones who will protect them. And for Kito, the greatest journey of his young life was never about crossing the savanna. It was about finding his way back home.